Weimar Classicism is a German literary and cultural movement, whose practitioners established a new humanism, from the synthesis of ideas from Romanticism, Classicism, and the Age of Enlightenment. The Weimarer Klassik movement lasted 33 years, from 1772 until 1805, and involved intellectuals such as Johann Wolfgang Goethe, Johann Gottfried Herder, Friedrich Schiller, and Christoph Martin Wieland. And then was concentrated upon Goethe and Schiller during the period 1788 to 1805. Development Background The German Enlightenment, called a neoclassical burgeoned in the synthesis of empiricism and rationalism as developed by Christian Amasius and Christian Wolff. This philosophy, circulated widely in many magazines and journals, profoundly directed the subsequent expansion of German-speaking and European culture. The inability of this common-sense outlook convincingly to bridge a Euro-Felling Euro and a Euro-Thought Euro, a Euro-body Euro and a Euro-minder Euro, led to Immanuel Kant's epochal Euro-critical Euro-philosophy. Another, though not as abstract, approach to this problem was a governing concern with the problems of aesthetics. In his Aesthetica of 1750, Alexander Baumgarten defined a Euro-aesthetic as a Euro, which he coined earlier in 1735, with its current intention as the A Euro-science Euro of the A Euro-allow faculties Euro, which earlier figures of the Enlightenment had neglected. It was no inquiry into taste a Euro, into positive or negative appeals a Euro, nor sensations as such, but rather a way of knowledge. Baumgarten's emphasis on the need for such a Euro-sensuous Euro-knowledge was a major abetment to the A Euro pre-Romanticism Euro known as Sturm und Drang, of which Goethe and Schiller were notable participants for a time. Cultural and historical context Following Goethe's competition with and separation from Wieland and Herder, the movement Weimar Classicism is often described to have occurred only between Goethe's first stay in Rome and the death of Schiller, his close friend and collaborator, underrating especially Wieland's influence on German intellectual and poetic life. Therefore, the Weimar Classicism could also be started with the arrival of Wieland and extended beyond Schiller's death until the death of Wieland or even of Goethe himself. In Italy, Goethe aimed to rediscover himself as a writer and to become an artist, through formal training in Rome, Europe's school of art. While he failed as an artist, Italy appeared to have made him a better writer. Schiller's evolution as a writer was following a similar path to Goethe's. He had begun as a writer of wild, violent, emotion-driven plays. In the late 1780s he turned to a more classical style. In 1794 Schiller and Goethe became friends and allies in a project to establish new standards for literature and the arts in Germany. It was named in light of the Vorauthorse Euro unregistered trademark immense significance, and, more particularly, of Goethe's and Schiller's, both of whom resided in the Duchy of Saxe-Weimar at this time, hence the toponymic Weimar Classicism Euro. Responding to Johann Joachim Winckelmann Euro unregistered trademark Gedanken one Quarterbear Diethnich among der griechischen Worker in der Malerei Bildhaukunst und Geschichte der Kunst des Altertums, Goethe and Schiller developed a literary pursuit and praxis of the imitation of ancient Greek, classical models, a veritable undertaking of socio-cultural reformation through aesthetic conceptions and values, where organic wholeness and harmony were of central inspiration and importance. By contrast, the contemporaneous and efflorescing literary movement of German Romanticism was in opposition to Weimar and German Classicism, especially to Schiller. It is in this way both may be best understood, even to the degree in which Goethe continuously and stringently criticized it through much of his essays, such as a Euro on Dilettantismo Euro, on art and literature. After Schiller's death, the continuity of these objections partly elucidates the nature of Goethe's ideas in art and how they intermingled with his scientific thinking as well, inasmuch as it gives coherence to Goethe's work. Weimar Classicism may be seen as an attempt to reconcile Euro in a Euro-Ebene seeing this is a Euro the vivid feeling emphasized by the Sturm und Drang movement with the clear thought emphasized by the Enlightenment, thus implying Weimar Classicism as intrinsically unplatonic. On this Goethe remarked, centrally, the conception of a harmonia as it was earlier accepted as a fundamental element in Greek culture by German Classicism profoundly embedded within Weimar Classicism, which developed during a period of social turmoil and upheaval, is neither a name toward Platonic perfection nor, as promoted by the German Romantics, toward universality, which was systematized later by G.W.F. Hegel. In fact, it is the sole expression of a particular unregistered trademark as singular imperfect integrity. Similarly, Goethe held that the two polarities of classicism and romanticism may be employed in a work of art by means of excellence and discretion, and that the Norvé and sentimental forms of poetry, which are displayed by classicism and romanticism, respectively, remain within a relation of mutual dependence according to which they are limited. The Weimar movement was notable for its inclusion of female writers. Die Herren included works by several women, including a serially published novel, Agnes von Lillen, by Schiller's sister-in-law Caroline von Walsigen. Other women published by Schiller included Sophie Mroh, Friederike Brunn, Amalie von Imhoff, Elisa von der Reck, and Louise Brackmann. Between 1786 and Schiller's death in 1805 he and Goethe worked to recruit a network of writers, philosophers, scholars and artists to their cause. This alliance later became known as a Weimar Classicism unregistered trademark, and it came to form a part of the foundation of 19th-century Germania unregistered trademark s understanding of itself as a culture and a political unification of Germany. Aesthetic and philosophical principles, similar to the binarity noted above as Schiller's treatment of form tri and stove tri when the two of them, via reciprocal codination in aa oe proto-hegeliana dialectical fasciona give birth to spiral tri, that is to say, the aesthetic par excellence. Schiller's elementary attitude toward art is given in oe what difference can a good theatrical stage actually make? Equals concepts equals. These are essentials used by Goethe and Schiller for which it is necessary to understand the course of their project. Three key terms, Goethe the inexpressible o Erfolgfurchte or import which is alive in the artist and the percipient that he or she finds means to express within the aesthetic form, hence Goethe is implicit with form. A work unregistered trademark s Goethe is not reducible to its Inhalt. Gestalt, the aesthetic form, in which the import of the work is stratified, that emerges from the regulation of forms abstracted from the world or created by the artist, with sense relationships prevailing within the employed medium. Stoff, Schiller and Goethe reserve this for the forms taken from the world or that are created. In a work of art, Stoff is to be a indifferent that is, it should not arouse undue interest, deflecting attention from the aesthetic form. Indeed, Stoff needs to be in such a complete state of unicity with the gestalt of the art symbol that it cannot be abstracted except at the cost of destroying the aesthetic relations established by the artist. In sum, Goethe and Stoff must coalesce through the creative, aesthetic potential of the artist as a means to manifest gestalt whereby all faculties converge within the percipient who may thereby participate in apperceptive aesthetic imagination in lieu of the artist's artistic imagination. Primary authors Wieland Christoph Martin Wieland was the first writer to arrive in Weimar. In 1772 he was called by the widowed Anna Amalia of Brunswick-Wolfenburg 1/4 TTEL, then regent of the Duchy Sachsen-Weimar, to educate her son. Weimar remained Wieland's home until his death. Here, in 1773, he founded Der Deutsche Merkur, which under his editorship became the most influential literary review in Germany. Herder 1776, 1 year after his arrival, Goethe arranged that Herder was called to Weimar, whom he had admired already in his Strasbourg years. Goethe and Schiller although the vociferously unrestricted, even a organic works that were produced, such as Wilhelmeister, Faust, and Wester Paragraphs Lerche de Van, where playful and turbulent ironies abound, may perceivably lend Weimar Classicism the double, ironic title Weimar Romanticism It must nevertheless be understood that Goethe consistently demanded this distance via irony to be imbued within a work for precipitate aesthetic effect. This, similar to what Schiller wrote of Bar 1/4 or Ger's poetry, partly explains the varied nature of the works they both produced in a considerable light and how it is they can sometimes escape the most exacting of categorizations. The vast array of writings themselves, other than being solely literary pursuances or distichs, include scientific, philosophic, and aesthetic disquisitions and periodicals as well. Schiller was remarkably prolific during this period, writing his plays Wallenstein, Mary Stuart, The Maid of Orleans, The Bride of Messina and William Tell. Primary works of the period. Christoph Martin Wieland Alcest, Die Geschichte der Abderiten, Han und Gulpen he, Scharch Lolo, Oberon, Denisten, Game Geschichte des Philosophen Peregrinus Proteus, Agatha de Currency Mon, Aristipp und Dionige Samers at Genossen. Johann Gottfried Herder Volkslieder nebst untermischten anderen Star 1/4 cken, Ideen zur Philosophie der Geschichte der Menschheit, Briefserbe Paragraph-Riderung der Humanität Currency T, Terpsichore, Christliche Schriften, Metakritik zur Kritik der reinen Vernunft, Caligon. Johann Wolfgang Goethe Egmont, Wilhelm Meisters Theatralische Sendung, Stella. Ian Schauspiel für 1/4 Lebend, Iphigenie of Taurus, Torquato Tasso, Ra Paragraph Mischa Legion, Wien Zionische Epigramm, Faust. Ian Fragment, Beitrag Currency zur Optik, der Bar 1/4 der General, Reineke Fuchs, Unterhaltungen deutscher Ausgeandeten, Das Mar Currency RCHEN, Wilhelm Meisters Luja, Faust. Eintrage Paragraph Die, Novelle, Hermann und Dorothea, Die Nata 1/4 RLICHE Tochter, Die Wolverwandschaften. Friedrich Schiller Don Carlos, aber den Grund der Werfner 1/4 Gens und Tradition Gegens der Currency den, Augustenberger Brief, aber Anmet und Wa 1/4 RDE, Callias Brief, aber die Currency-stische Siehung der Menschen, aber naiv und sentimentalisch Dichtung, der Taucher, die Chronische des Ibicus, Ritter Toggenburg, der Ring des Polycrates, der Gausterseer, die Bar 1/4 GSCHAFT, Wallenstein, Das Lied von der Glock, Maria Stuart, Die Jungfrau von Orleans, Die Braut von Messina, Das Siegesfest, Wilhelm Teller A, William Teller Stage Play, 1803/04, Die Huldigung der K. 1/4 NSTE, Dem Dryas. By Goethe and Schiller both in collaboration Die Herren, Musenharmonik, Xenian, Harmonic, Popular Currency N, see also, Works by Herder, Works by Goethe, and Works by Schiller. Influence, Weimar Classicism's two most notable exponents, Goethe and Schiller, especially influenced later Germans where their works have been read and studied by fellow playwrights, and also philosophers, Hegel, Schopenhauer, Nietzsche. Musicians were inspired to compose for the works of these writers, Ludwig van Beethoven, Paul Dürckhaus, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, Carl Friedrich Zelter. Through the efforts of Scotsman Thomas Carlyle, who translated some of these works and wrote a biography of Schiller, they became more accessible to the English-speaking peoples in the mid-19th century. Some of Goethe's ideas in the theory of colors have impacted scientific figures such as Charles Darwin. Goethe's color spectrum is still used. Selected literature. Primary secondary See also. Notes. External links. Primary sources A Euro-OE on the Sublime Euro by Schiller, A Euro-OE Introduction to the Popular Currency in a Euro by Goethe. Other sources Weimar Classicism in Literary Encyclopedia, Klassikstiftung Weimar, Goethe's Allianz mit Schiller, Der Sparkarency te Goethe Center for Intercultural Studies A Euro Ernst Cassirer and Weimar Classicism, English Goethe Society of North America.